So I just released a podcast about Kanye West, how he endorsed Hitler and the Nazis. If you're not aware, he went on InfoWars with Alex Jones and gave praise. It was a really disturbing thing, and so I evaluated that, gave some biblical teaching. I think there's some lessons to take from this, and I will link to that in the description if you haven't seen that episode yet already. There's a couple other questions that I think are helpful to think about in this, and I've seen some other people even kind of discuss this sort of thing, and so I think it's worth answering a few questions, and those questions are: is it essential for pastors and Christian leaders to denounce Kanye West? Is it essential for them to come out and denounce him? I think it's a pretty easy answer. No, it's not essential. It's not something that absolutely has to be done. We're not going to move into conservative virtue signaling. We don't have to put the Star of David on, Facebook profiles or things like that to show our support that we're not anti-Semites and to show our denouncement of Kanye. And I don't think that's necessary. But I will say that it would be very unusual. It would be very hypocritical, really, for someone to talk about Kanye West and not denounce him. So the point is, if you have a public platform of some sort and you choose to say something about the man, then wouldn't you want to denounce the things that he says and not excuse them or justify it? And okay, well, what about other things like white supremacy? I mean, Nick Fuentes, a white supremacist, should we denounce white supremacy or just anti-Semitism in general? And I would say it's not essential for every single person to come out and denounce those things. But if you're in the public spotlight, if you're a public figure of some sort, a well-known YouTuber, podcaster, whatever it might be, you have any sort of platform, and you choose to talk about those things, that's the point, you choose to talk about it, then yeah, we shouldn't be justifying those things. We shouldn't be justifying or giving some kind of excuse for the clearly stated beliefs of anti-Semites or white supremacists. That would be wrong to do so. Now, you have the right to stay silent. Everyone has the right to stay silent. I don't think we need to move into conservative virtue signaling that you have to comment on every single thing in the world, on earth, that occurs. There are some anti-CRTers, anti-woke people that act like, you've got to comment on every single thing going on. And you ought to talk about social justice warriors every single day, every single hour of every single day, or you're just not being faithful somehow. That is a wrong standard. And so certainly we don't want to hold people to the same standard about coming out, about denouncing white supremacy and denouncing anti-Semitism and things like that. Like, if you're not talking about Mormons every single day, then you must be a Mormon. If you're not talking about Islam every single day, then you must be for it. No, we're not going to hold that kind of standard. But I think it's important that if you do choose to talk about these things, then let's not excuse it. Let's not find ways to justify it. Let's have equal weights and measures. Any form of ethnic partiality, any form of hatred toward a people group, whether it be skin color, whether it be ethnicity, genetics, whatever reason it is that someone has a hatred toward a people group, let's have equal weights and measures about that. That's all I've got for you. Now, you probably want to go watch the other video. Take a look at it right here. I go in much more detail about these things. God bless.